You have to know what messages you want to deliver, what stands behind these visuals.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes just content for the sake of content, and then nobody is interested.
How do we create the campaign? Where does it start from? How do we execute it?
Well, people are not idiots.
Internally, were there people that were like, no, let's not do this?
Yes, it's always, like disgusting stuff.
If you replace one website with a different logo, will you see that it's a different company? In a lot of cases, no.
Gen Z is coming.
Gen Z is coming. Guys, we're done with this. We're here today with Diana Larina from Evoplay and with Irina Veselkova from Endorphina. Thank you guys for joining me today. The reason I actually wanted to do the interview with both of you was because you are both very young women in the marketing industry. And also, you both recently got promoted. You got promoted as head of marketing and you got promoted as chief marketing officer. How does it feel? I want both of your answers. Like, how has it been, the promotion, the change and the transition within the company?
Such a good question. Thank you very much, first of all, for congratulations. Honestly, I would never say that being promoted is my main motivation. I say that if you do what you do and you love what you do, you never feel like working at all. So for me, it's kind of like a natural outcome of everyday passion that I have at work. Obviously, feeling recognized, feeling visible is something important. This recognition gives you even more inspiration, but it's not the main point of me being motivated at work. The team, the project, the atmosphere is something that drives me the most at Evoplay.
I love that. Irina, you?
Thank you for congratulations. For me, I was actually working for marketing department for more than, exactly the year before I was promoted for head of marketing. But I didn't have any experience. That's why I was not called as it is. So I was building the system behind the marketing team we have. And actually, I was working before the promotion for the whole year on what I do now. So it wasn't new. I just continued to do what I do, just at a different scale, let's say, and with even more responsibility. So it wasn't a huge change, but still it was amazing because, people understand what do you do for now, and I received a lot of attention, and it was actually pretty amazing, let's say. But as for the tasks, I believe that it never changed, basically. So everything stayed almost the same for me in terms of day-to-day operations, but just in terms of, let's say, public relations, it changed. So everything is good. I love what I do. I love Endorphina. So go with the flow. It's amazing.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. What is something that you guys are seeing in the iGaming industry right now that a lot of companies do in terms of marketing? So what kind of trends or what kind of tactics that you're seeing that so many companies are trying to take on, whether it's, in video production or content creation or marketing in general?
What pops up in my mind is video production. I believe that every company now is doing video interviews, podcasts, different kind of, just short videos.
Yeah.
I think that it's super popular right now, and not even media and conferences are doing this, but also B2B companies. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I just believe that we need to pay more attention to the quality of those content, because, sometimes it's good, sometimes just content for the sake of content, and then nobody is interested, and the industry is overflowed with such videos, long, short formats, every kind of, video content. So yeah, I think this is the trend of this year, or maybe last year as well.
Okay. And what's your personal take on video content? Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it?
I love the content with good quality. So if people actually pay attention, have a good production, interesting questions, then it makes sense. And I actually watch the podcasts and video interviews myself, so I find it interesting. But when people are doing it just, from the mobile phone for the sake of do something during the conference or, day-to-day life, and the questions are like, how are you today? I'm good. Everyone is good. Nobody said I'm bad at once. So yeah, good quality content is the key. Content for the sake of content, not my case.
Yeah, something that actually gives value to the viewers. Like usually I think when you create content, you really have to understand your audience and understand, okay, like what if I was in their position, what some of the pain points, what some of the questions that I would want to get answers to, for example, or that I would want to get content out of. What about you, Diana?
I would add to this point that content distribution is becoming more complex.
Content distribution.
Yes, because
Okay.
creating content is one piece of the cake, but completely different side is how we distribute content in terms of marketing campaigns. Because for us, I know Irina, you're doing also a great job in terms of this. Now it's not enough for us as for marketers to just create campaign like with some news break, please guys, just join for this game promotion or add this game to the lobby. You need to think strategically on how you build more complex campaigns and ecosystems for content distribution through affiliates, B2B partners, media. You have to know what types of content in which formats, whether it's video or it's going to be, I don't know, audio message to your affiliate partner, or it's gonna be pitch deck or one pager. Not only the formats, but the amount of touch points that you have to think of is growing extremely with extremely big pace.
Okay, interesting. What do you think makes an iGaming brand stand out? Like, what should an iGaming, especially a B2B brand, for example, do to make it stand out? Because we talked about content distribution, video content as well. There's so much content going on. How do you actually make yourself stand out? Like, what's that one component? Or maybe a couple components.
I believe that in order to mature the industry, we should actually create brands. So, for example, I believe that SoftSwiss is doing a great job. Everyone knows them. And when you see the logo, you know it's SoftSwiss. And for example, I don't know, they're doing a lot of reports. And I believe that every person in our industry saw their reports, you know, on LinkedIn or on the website or in targeting campaigns. So, and they've done a great job building the brand itself. So no matter what they do, you know, it's them, you know. So I believe that brand building is super important now because you're not just pushing the game or the product, but you just sell whatever you sell as a company. So no, everyone knows that Endorphina is Endorphina, no matter the games we are going to push for the market. Everyone knows who AffPapa is. So I believe that building the brand is super important. And if you have a good reputation, a good brand, then it's like half of the way done already. So I believe that we should focus on not only selling something or pushing, but actually build the quality brand awareness, let's say.
Can we guys expand this brand thing? Because we actually shout out to Valentina Bagnia, because we talked with Valentina about the brand as well. What does it actually take to create a brand, guys? Like, to me, really, I think the people behind the company and their brand image is one of the most important aspects of creating that brand.
For sure, but I believe like it works as an ecosystem. You should work on everything. You should work on your website, on your campaigns, on your social media, on your product, which is super important because without the good quality product, even if you push it to the market, it might work for some amount of time, but without the quality, nobody, well, people are not idiots, and they're going to realize that you're selling the air. So basically, I believe it's people behind the company, it's websites, it's social media, it's everything in one. And of course, it's not only the visuals, but I mean, consistency in graphic design and visuals are also important because as a company, you should look as a like the whole. I believe that everything should work at a good scale, and then the brand is visible, it's consistent, good quality, etc. So
Okay.
everything in
Diana,
one.
what about you?
I have a very important point to add here. As for the ecosystem, you also, as a brand, you need to know what is the value that you bring to the world. You need to work in particular on your tone of voice, on your persona. You have to know what messages you want to deliver, what stands behind these visuals that you see on the conferences or websites. And at this point, I know everyone sees this in industry as well. If you replace one website with a different logo, will you see that it's a different company? In a lot of cases, no. So my recommendation would be to be more particular in brand creation and to study a bit, give more time and efforts to build these brands. Technology also is a big thing here. As you said, that what can we recommend for companies? I would be saying that very important to be very cautious with AI, for example. It speeds up the work for marketers a lot, but at the same time, it helps to increase the amount of bad content as well. The same as with videos or with bad creatives. So first of all, you need to put the brand at the first place and understand, is it something that we really want to translate from our brand to the world or no? And this is the point number one, where to start from.
Do you think that in the iGaming industry in general, we are lacking that, like creating an actual brand? Do you think a lot of people skip that part?
I think so. I can only name a few companies that have a brand, so I believe a lot of people do skip this part because, I mean, in reality, it takes a huge amount of time and effort in order to build everything properly. So I believe that a lot of people would love to skip that part. They don't think that it's interesting and you don't see the immediate return on investment. So basically you're just spending money and then it shows only over time, not in months or two, not in weeks, but in years. So I don't know, as an entrepreneur, maybe I would love to skip this part as well. But experience shows that brand building worth it. So, I mean, I would love to invest in that. And I believe the future is going to be behind the brands. And for B2B marketers, it's super important because we cannot do a lot of campaigns in terms of, let's say, meta targeting, etc. Because, I mean, we are working in the iGaming industry, so we meet a lot of restrictions. So basically, brand marketing is the only thing we have sometimes in regulated markets. So I believe it's extra important. I don't know for B2C, but I believe for casinos, it's even more difficult to build the brand. But yeah, I still would spend again the time to build the real brand. I would never skip this part.
I would add that it might also depend on the stage of the company where they're at the current moment, because we're building something in a very fast-paced industry, and we see casinos being shut down on daily basis. So in this case, obviously it doesn't make sense to invest aggressively in building the brand when you have to, for example, test performance acquisition channels, and you have to know if your LTV is worth trying or if your unit economics match. And if you understand that you are running something on long term, you're building the company not for testing hypothesis, but for create some value on the long term, obviously brand is necessity where you need to start to build from the day one.
Yeah, I think building a brand is a process. Like it's not like you do it once and then you don't do it ever again. It's something that you continue to build, and it's better to start even kind of half-assed in a way, and then continue to actually improve it than, try to wait for that perfect moment, let's say, which kind of never really comes, I think. I want to talk a little bit about marketing campaigns. You guys did one of the top marketing campaigns we've seen, the cockroaches campaign. Where does it start from? How do we execute it? Especially for marketers out here who are, very new to the position or want to learn a little bit more about it. What goes on into creating a campaign, and how important are marketing campaigns as well?
Well, if you're talking about cockroaches specifically, everything started from the game, actually. So there was the product first. We had a game with the name Cockroaches, and the expo was coming, and we were like, well, what if we do the cockroach stand? everyone was disgusted the first side. We were laughing a lot as a team because, we've been through all stages of like acceptance
I
and blah
was
blah
gonna
blah.
say that, like internally, were there people that were like, no, let's not do it?
Yes, yes. A lot of people has a phobia about cockroaches, and basically they're ugly creatures. You cannot associate it with anything nice. It's always, like disgusting stuff. Yeah, but we decided to go for it. Everyone was questioning us. Even when we presented the theme of the stand for the, team, they were like, "Oh my God, it's going to be the disaster. I don't want to come." Then people started to gossip around, like Endorphina is going to bring real cockroaches to the expo. I'm not going to ICE because they will bring the guys there. And then we decided to flip the people's minds per se. We decided, it was actually a kind of last minute campaign. We decided to go with this AI trend to suggest people to make their cockroach copy in order to flip their mind. So it's not disgusting and it's actually
Something
funny,
cute. Yeah.
something cute. And yeah, at the end we received like more than 150 publications. So it went viral actually. And in terms of engagement on LinkedIn, I believe we grew the engagement just in 1 week more than 5 times. And also the game is one of the most successful releases this year. So there was a product first, then we built a landing page, then we pushed some social media posts, then we had the campaign and asked people to join, and then we had a stand. And everything was built around the theme, around the game, around the cockroaches. So again, we are talking about ecosystem in here. And this social media trend was just another add-on to bring additional attention to our company, to our brand, to our game. So it was difficult. I mean, we were building the whole campaign for like 3 to 4 months because, the preparation for the expo, you start in advance, you brainstorm a lot. I don't know, a huge amount of people were involved in the company. So it was quite an experience and I believe it was super successful. I don't know, I just would like to say that people should stay creative and sometimes the dumbest ideas are the most genius ones. And yeah, that's it basically, that's all.
Amazing. Diana, are there any dumb ideas in your company that you sometimes are like, okay, let's try this?
Actually, we are trying here to balance B2B narrative that we have built over the years. So these ideas are being set only on the brainstorming sessions, but we do have some crazy ideas coming on soon. So I will not reveal them yet.
Okay.
You will see it.
Guys, what is that little like fine balance between a crazy creative idea and a bit way too much, something that's like way out of line? Or is there not really a line?
I would say it's not about what you do, but how you do. So basically, again, we're talking about the quality of visuals, content in here, how you're going to push this idea to the market. So basically, we could just, posted the, cockroach pictures from Pinterest and say like, hey, this is our stand, come.
Yeah.
But no, we executed it in a different way. We thought about it a lot in order to, not to push something extra. So yeah, I believe. And recently, for example, we had this game about sloths.
Uh-huh.
And we also pushed a video, a Google meeting with sloths, how are they thinking about the game and blah, blah, blah. It also catched a lot of attention. And even though sloths are smoking marijuana in the game and everything, people still consider it's fine because we're not pushing it as, something, I don't know, as a bad narrative, let's say. We're pushing it as a nice thing to do. So yeah, it's about execution, I would say.
But I believe that we're also responsible for campaigns we are pushing for because every creative campaign that will stand out is a huge risk. And every time as a marketers, as a marketing leaders, we need to think if we are ready to take on this risk, or let's keep it and live for the better moment. So it also requires some internal alignment with top management, with the team, in order to push such campaigns. And if the company overall is ready to take on the risk, because you never know how audience will react.
No, that's a very good point. Yeah.
I can imagine how many discussions you had around this before launching the cockroach also. But this bravery, if you're brave enough and you take the risk and you receive the huge win as a result, like with investments, if the risk is high, your return of investment is going to be high as well.
No, I like that. Is there a marketing trend in iGaming that you guys are tired of? Whether it's a trend or something that you're seeing maybe on LinkedIn that you're like, guys, we're done with this.
Paddle tournament? I'm just kidding.
Why?
I don't know. Too many of them.
Too many?
That's it. But it's a trend. I get it. I play paddle myself, so no offense.
We had a paddle tournament yesterday.
Thanks not for coming.
Anything else?
I would be turning this one to opposite. The gambling trend that I see right now that I like the most, honestly, is networking, switching to not to parties format, but to sport events or events around some activities, like the running club I had yesterday, the paddle tournament, the football games people have. That's something new, because iGaming for many years was like a trend for, let's remember the affiliate networking parties. That's something that is always a topic of gossips of what's going on there. And now I see the perception is being switched to a more formal, casual style of parties where people just come to network and really enjoy the atmosphere and find some business contacts, not just to get drunk, get high, etc.
Yeah.
This is what I love the most about the stage of iGaming where we are right now.
Yeah, I think the iGaming is changing a little bit, especially maybe it's also because a lot of young generation has come to the iGaming as well. So
Gen Z is coming.
Gen Z is coming. So, we're bringing something new to the industry. So, okay, what type of content genuinely you think performs best right now? Like what kind of content do you see that you're like, oh, that actually performs very well?
Actually, AI content is still performing good, especially on platforms like LinkedIn.
Yes.
I don't know, but maybe they just don't have this moderation or something like this, because I don't know, it just goes well simultaneously, which is, I don't want to say that it's good trend, but for now it still works. Also videos are working if you're talking about the types of content. But I believe, as usual, if you create good quality visuals, no matter with the help of AI or with the designer's help, as it used to be always, it's going to perform. If you have the value of this content, not just, the picture like, hey, we're Endorphina, that's it, please send likes. If you have a value, a purpose of the content, why are you posting it and what do you expect from this content, then it makes sense and it's going to perform.
In my opinion, I see lots of companies are switching now to marketing strategy where they highlight personal brands of employees, and it's also performing pretty well when you have these brand ambassadors speaking on your interest, transforming wild ideas into clear messages that employees, partners, medias can see what the company really wants to say, because everyone is tired of this banners made with AI, with just message being also formed by AI. People want to see more people around, and this human-first approach performs well. Honestly, I love the rubric that you have now in your media about the employees of Endorphina. It also gives this personal touch, and I feel more connected with more empathy towards the brand when I did in comparison with what I had before. So I think it's going to be next trend also.
Yes. I love the content itself, but it's not the best performing still on our LinkedIn page. But yeah, I love it. We're just telling the stories behind the brand. So basically, we're talking about people who work for us, not only the public people like marketing head or the head of accounts, but we also talk to our system administrators, procurement, so the guys who work for Endorphina, and I genuinely love the content. So if you haven't seen, join.
You should. How much of AI do you guys use in marketing right now in your companies?
We use it for visuals. Our designers use it for visuals, but not like just completely the picture from, I don't know, Nano Banana Pro,
Yeah.
but some details. For example, we can use our game characters, and in order to change their clothes or give them some, I don't know, different colors, we can use AI, for example, and then you still manually should come up with the picture itself. And we use it for automatization. So sometimes in order to, send some emails or stuff, you can use AI because it's faster. You just don't spend a huge amount of time for it. I don't know. Also, I use Claude a lot. It's good for dashboards, analytics. Of course, you should not push the numbers to the system, but if you're talking about some statistics and percentages and not for sensitive data, it's good with it. So I wouldn't say that we use it too much, but on day-to-day basis, of course.
AI as a helper, not AI as a replacement.
Yes, yes. Human first, and if you're talking about even marketing, people behind it more important than AI still. I wouldn't change a single person of the team for the sake of ChatGPT or Claude. So yeah, if you will ask me who I will get rid of first, it's going to be AI for now, but we don't know what's going to happen next.
Okay. Diana, and you?
In our case, we use AI a lot. Now I'm kind of trying to implement AI first approach when we validate ideas, brainstorm with AI, and then present it to the team. So usually we have very narrow perspective on things, and when you ask AI, think about this, but in 10 more different ways, it helps you to see the situation from a different angle, and it helps to improve the campaign idea and setup from the stage one when you just plan everything. As for team improvement, I'm also doing lots of projects now with AWS, Amazon Web Services, and we are building infrastructure around processes related to marketing. First of all, this is product analysis and product data analysis. Marketing campaign performance analysis. We are connecting endpoints of different services we are using to track marketing performance, and setting up all the system in one point to see the full picture overall. Because I know for you it's also a big problem when you see some SEO performance in one side, then you go to a different resource to see meta performance, and then you go to Google Analytics to see the website data, and then you go to Brand24 to see brand mentions overall on the internet. And you need to have this one single connecting point for all the data to be monitored at the same time. And also we are doing some integration of designers' work with AI to improve and scale the amount of creative they can produce, because also for gaming production you need to have lots of stamps, icons, media materials. For affiliates we have thousands of partners who need also different sizes of materials. Now the work is being done manually. With AI you can just press one button and it helps to get all the work done. And obviously the content creation itself. During the last few months we did huge progress in video creation with AI, visuals creation with AI, content with content you will not surprise anyone, everyone is doing it right now, but we are trying to the opposite. We are switching to manual writing, but based on the advices from AI. But not to sound it more artificial, I'm pushing my writers to do it with their own words. They can use AI, but then we proceed with AI checker with all types of content we create.
I was going to say that. Do you think that when a lot of the companies, and I'm seeing that a lot on my LinkedIn right now too, so many companies, same brand voice, same tone of voice, everything is AI. Do you think this actually switches that part of marketing where the tone of voice for a lot of companies is going to become pretty much the same in terms of like text and content writing, or no?
No, I wouldn't agree, because if you use AI correctly and you train it as your junior marketing manager, you need to give necessary information regarding the tone of voice, historical data, you feed up the system with all correct info you have gotten through the time you work with the brand, and then it creates content which really reflects the original tone of voice you want to proceed with.
So you still need that human to actually
Yes,
train the
that's
AI.
important one. You need now humans, employees who know how to use AI, but still use their brain to process the information AI creates. I've seen so many cases, and actually I fired one person last week just because of the situation where AI wasn't used correctly, and with the lack of input of this employee, the outcome was very bad. But another employee in the team with the use of AI did the work like 10 times better with 5 times less time spent on this task. So you need to know how to use this instrument, and also at the same time use your mental skills to get the delivery done right.
So anyone who's scared that AI is going to take over their job, it's not. I think at some point we're actually going to get to a point where actual marketers who can use their brain, like you said, and who have the creativity, they're going to be more needed than ever. Because I think right now so many people think, oh, well, AI is there, I can just use AI. So many people stop actually, creating themselves. And then at some point we're going to get to a place where it's going to be the people who can do it without AI, or can do it with AI but in a different way. Those are the people that are going to be able to go up for sure.
Exactly. It's like putting your responsibility you have to for the task delivery on AI is the way for one end. You will never succeed. You need to use it as an instrument and then improve your work with your idea behind it.
Yes. How important is personal branding, you guys, in marketing, and especially in iGaming marketing?
Very important. As Diana said, people love people. So basically, no matter how hard you push for the brand, people are still going to be the face of this brand. So I believe it's extra important for any brand in the iGaming industry to have a face, actually. And specifically, when we are talking about iGaming, this is a controversial industry where you don't always have the trust.
Diana, say
Yes. I'm thinking about one important point at this moment. What makes a brand, a personal branding good and bad? If you can build the bad personal brand for someone.
A bad personal brand?
Yes. For someone working at a company, you build not right brand, or any brand that you build for the company is good.
Is every PR good PR, or is it
kind of like this? I don't know, maybe that's only my case, but I've seen attempts to build personal brand for someone in the company, but it doesn't correlate with the personality for whom this brand is built. So that's very important to keep in mind what original character of the person, of the employee you have, and how does it correlate with the image of the branding you're trying to build in the industry. Not to have this misconception, misunderstanding within the partners, because people will come to partners and talk from the company face with them, but is it the real one you have built, or it's fake? And if it's fake, you will feel it.
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. But I have one more question that just came to my mind. So many people are saying that LinkedIn is becoming like Instagram right now. Are you against it? Are you not against it? Do you agree with that? Do you not agree with that?
Actually, that's the reason why I asked the question before, because it seems like creating a personal brand is becoming creating an Instagram profiles for people, but in LinkedIn. Is it really what we call a personal brand nowadays? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Again, it's all about the quality of the content. I mean, if you're going to post selfies on the daily basis, maybe it will work even for the first time, especially if you're beautiful and blah, blah, blah. But I believe this is not the content you want to push even as a person. I mean, you want to add some value, sell yourself as a good, I don't know what you do, salesperson or head of marketing. So you want to show the value you bring to the company, and you want to speak about your work, not your appearances and what you do behind the curtains, and I don't know. But I believe the good balance is still fine. I mean, if you're posting like 80% of work-related content and then just 20% of some situations which happen to you in your daily life, it's fine. I mean, you're still going to stay the real person, not just a robot who only talks about work, but when the personal content is more than the professional one, then that's a question.
Yeah, that's already Instagram, and we're kind of switching the platforms here. And agree. Are audiences getting hard to impress?
Yes.
Why?
Too much content.
Uh-huh.
There is a banner blindness and all of that. I mean, even if you're talking about iGaming, game provider. I mean, how many games do we push on the market daily? I believe the amount is more than 10 on the daily basis. So basically, this is too much of content for the person to perceive during the day. So that's why people are not paying attention. That's why people just sometimes don't see it. They don't have enough time to go through all of the content, and that's the reason. But again, in order to go through the banner blindness and everything, you just need to create something different and valuable, and then it's still going to work. But yes, people are getting tired, and I mean, it's understandable.
We get tired too, as consumers. I think we get tired too.
Now we have AI to produce content, I don't know, simultaneously. I can do like 100 banners right now while we're speaking. So this is too much of content just for people to perceive. That's it.
As I said before, technologies help us to scale faster and to scale bad content faster as well. So now we need to even think more deeply in what originally we want to create and what idea we want to push in media to be heard by people.
Last question. Is there an iGaming company that you get inspired by marketing-wise?
I would say SoftSwiss, but Irina today has already mentioned it.
Yeah, let's go with them.
Let's go with SoftSwiss. Let's go with SoftSwiss. Shout out to Valentina. Amazing. Thank you guys for joining me. It was a pleasure. I think we had a really good chat and hopefully a valuable one for people.
Let's hope for the good quality content this time.
Yes, let's hope for the good quality content. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting.
We are done.